The Department of Homeland Security has announced new actions to assist with family petitions, specifically those for spouses of U.S. citizens that did not enter the country lawfully. Now they will be able to hopefully be able to adjust their status to permanent resident within the U.S. without having to travel abroad to the consulate in their home country. So currently, if you entered the U.S. without a visa, crossed illegally, and have maintained your status here, you would not be able to obtain residency within the U.S. You would have to go abroad and apply for residency there. In other words, be interviewed there, right? But now with this new regulation that will hopefully take effect later in the summer of 2024, those spouses of U.S. citizens will be able to adjust their status to permanent resident within the U.S. without having to travel. This is great news, and we hope that this will actually see its fulfillment later in the summer. So what are the requirements? Number one, you have to be present in the United States and have entered without lawful status. Number two, you need to have been continuously present in the United States for the past 10 years as of June 17th, 2024. So prior to June 17, 2024, you have to have been here at least 10 years continuously. Also, prior to June 17, 2024, which is our key date, you have to have had a valid and legal marriage to a U.S. citizen. In other words, you couldn't get married on June 18, 2024 and still qualify. You already had to have a lawful marriage prior to June 17, 2024. And lastly, you cannot have any criminal history. This is important, so we want to make sure that you are fully open and transparent with any issues you've had with the law in the past, because submitting an application that you do not qualify for in this program could lead you into some really serious issues, because they may be referring these cases for those that apply with a criminal history to the immigration court. So you may have been under the radar for a long time, and now you submit your application for this process, you have a criminal history. Well, now they know that you're here and they will proceed with that application. So please be very careful. And so, like I said, this process does not begin until possibly later in the summer. This is key because you're going to hear this all over the news and you're going to say, oh, apply now. You can't apply now. And so please be careful in not paying anyone for any services, because we don't actually have the regulations. Once the Department of State of Homeland Security announces a new rule in effect, they actually have to publish in what's called the Federal Register. The Federal Register, once it comes out, then it becomes effective. It'll have an effective date at that time. We don't have an effective date today. So be on the lookout. Begin to gather documents such as, what are you going to use to prove your physical presence in the U.S. today? That's something you can begin to do. Also, begin to get copies of your birth certificates, your marriage certificates, make sure your passport is current. All of these things you can start to do now. You just can't apply now. So please stay tuned. Email us if you have any questions. Go on our website and schedule a time that we can speak about your case specifically. These are very specific case-driven matters. So we can't just apply and hope for the best. We have to really make sure that you qualify, because this may be the one opportunity that you don't want to miss. There may also be some really good news for DACA students as well. Oh, we are so hoping and praying that that happens. We have so many DACA students here and now adults that are such an asset to our country, and they need a lawful status. So stay tuned. This is a developing matter. I haven't wanted to post about this because there's tons of bills and issues that are presented to the legislation on a regular basis, but this seems like it's going to pass. So I wanted to shoot a video to give you some specifics about how to begin to prepare for this new program that may take effect at the end of the summer. So stay tuned, and we hope to be able to serve you and help you through this process.